Oh, guys, what's going on? And welcome into the stream. As week one is officially here, the NFL is officially back. Last time that I'll say it, but football is back. And so, what we're going to be doing on the stream right now for the next hour is we are going to be heavily focused on betting NFL player props. If you're looking to bet money lines, if you're looking to bet spreads or totals for the NFL, we're not going to be doing that on the stream today. You should have done that throughout the course of the week or previous weeks because obviously NFL lines have been open for a while. So this stream is going to be dedicated for NFL player props. We're not going to be messing around with money line spreads or totals. For my guys out there that like to bet college football, pay attention roughly around the end of the early slate of NFL games. College football lines from Circa will open for week 3. So what you're going to want to do is use OddsJam Sportsbook screen, take a look at Circa, and then use them as your sharp and pick off any recreational book where you can find a couple points difference, a point, 2 points difference, whether that's spreads or on the total points, or you can grab a key number on the spread. Look for that this afternoon, and then as the day continues on, more college football lines will be opening up for week 3. It's the easiest way to beat college football. I am going to say this on every single Sunday stream, and you'll hear me say it on every Monday stream talking about the NFL, because tonight at around halftime of the Sunday night football game, you'll see lines opening up in the NFL for week 2, and that's when you're going to want to pay attention and pounce. Tonight, tomorrow, Tuesday, that's the best times to bet football. Irish, what's going on? Umar, 2-hour stream? No, Umar. No, I got a buddy that just flew in from the Oklahoma-Michigan game. So this is going to be a 1-hour stream, brother, because I got some other things I got to take care of. But we're going to still knock it out. Elwin, what's going on, man? Tulio, good morning. Hitting Hope, what's going on, guys? Rick, yo, what's going on? Appreciate you guys tuning in. So we've got some good. So we're going to start with DFS, but we're going to start a little bit different. I'm going to brag for just a minute. Hopefully you guys were able to cash and copy this 3-leg UFC slip. We cashed this 3-leg UFC slip, which was fantastic. I put $50 on it, so we cashed for $300. Over on PrizePicks, we doubled our money on this slip yesterday, so hopefully you guys were able to tail this one, which was nice. And then I used my Lamar free square on this, so this is a 3-pick slip that's going to cash for me. So that's a guaranteed winner, which is really nice. And then it looks like we have a chance to double up our money here, but we still have 2 plays out there. And then the big one, this is the big one right here, right? With the 6 for 6, we need Jared Goff and Wan'Dale Robinson, the unders to hit. If the unders hit, I'm very happy there. Over on Better, we have this slip that we've hit 4 out of 5. We just need Cooper Kupp. All these slips, guys, were shared on the live stream, by the way, so this isn't like something I did on my own. I shared all these on the live stream, so if you guys are like, dude, what's going on? I share them all. Just got to show up. 5-pick entry here. We need Josh Allen not to throw a pick, and then Russ to not have too many rushing attempts today. And then last but not least, this still has a long ways to go. The Dak free square, we hit on Hampton, but we need Hall and Genty and Wilson as well. So got some better slips to look good. We cash on underdog slips and PrizePicks slips looking really good. And most of these slips, some of them are from the OddsJam Optimizer. Most of them are from Daily Grind Fantasies AI Slip Generator. This is a really cool tool where currently if you have accounts with Better, Dabble, Flip, PrizePicks, Rebet, or Underdog, then you're just going to copy and paste these slips. Basically what we're looking to do here is the software is going to search and scan all the available lines out there and then show us the handful of plays where the sportsbooks are really giving us really good price, really good value. That's what this is all about, positive EV betting. This is what we're doing with these parlays. So this is a 6-leg entry over on Underdog. Again, guys, as I mentioned, I'm kind of going to be, other than really PrizePicks, I'm going to be walking, kind of backing back into the hedges like the Homer Simpson gif. When it comes to these types of slips, I'm focused a lot on 3-man entries. So we're going to be rocking a lot of 3-man picks. With Better, the only thing with Better is the best slips that you can create on Better are 5-pick entries. So I'm going to go ahead and create this slip right here with Better. And let's see, I'll pull this off to the side and we'll go from here. But happy week 1 to you guys. Appreciate you guys kind of filtering in, tuning in for the next hour. We do have some baseball going on, but we're really going to be focused on NFL player props. I just want anyone to know out there right now, if you have access to a Fanatics account, Kyron Williams anytime touchdown at minus 110 odds is very EV. I grabbed it for Fanatics is running a really awesome promo where like it's basically, if you don't hit your bet for $100, you get it back in terms of fan cash. So I just hit Kyron Williams up, and we have another one that I really like over at ESPN Bet that we're going to hit up for a different player. So we're looking at Jordan Love here over on his passing attempts, and I'll share this slip with you guys here in just a second. But would love to hear, want to hear a spicy, let me get maybe like a spicy. If you guys have any kind of spicy takes for week 1 NFL, I don't know, my spicy take would be that the Browns are going to beat the Bengals because the Bengals suck week 1 basically every year. They lost to the Patriots last year. So my spicy take is that Cleveland is going to beat Cincinnati, even though that sounds ridiculous. If anyone would have told me last season that the Patriots would beat the Bengals, I would say you're nuts, and it happened. So also, speaking of unpredictability, okay, I talked about this 2 streams ago about how sports betting is unpredictable. And while I'm finishing up this slip with Alvin Kamara, so I am sitting I went out to watch a little college football with my girlfriend, and we were sitting at a bar, and we were going to get some food, and we're having a drink, and we're getting some food. And she's a big Dodgers fan, right? And I know no one really cares about baseball right now because it looks like this Krosky Merritt play just bumped to 35.5. So I'm not going to be able to share the better slip. We're going to have to figure out a 5th play on better. Let's go with Julian Hill. Okay. All right, so we're going to remove this Krosky Merritt play. We're going to add Julian Hill instead. So we're watching the Dodger game. And it's like in the 7th inning. And I'm like, oh, yeah, Dodgers are up 3-0. Nice. I had Ohtani anytime home run, which he didn't go deep yesterday, which stunk. What were the under on receiving yards? And the next thing you know, like they finished the top of the 7th, and I'm like, holy smokes, babe! Like Yamamoto's pitching a no-hitter right now. So we watched the rest of the game. Now you want to talk about sports betting being unpredictable? Dodgers have been playing baseball for 142 years. Here's that better link right here. Dodgers been playing baseball for 142 years, so they've been around for a minute. Yamamoto has a no-hitter going into the bottom of the 9th. He's got 1 out to go. Jackson Holiday takes him deep. Solo home run. No-hitter's over. It's a 3-1 ball game. Heartbreak Hotel, because I was pulling for the no-hitter. Okay, well, then they bring in the bullpen, and you guys know, if you check the box score, the Orioles proceeded to win the game. So just to give you guys a little bit of like unpredictability, keep an open mind with sports betting. The Orioles were getting no hit until the last batter in the game. They were losing 3-0. They came back and won the game in the bottom of the 9th. They didn't push it to extra innings. They won it in the bottom of the 9th. So for those of you that are stubborn burros, which are basically donkeys, aka jackasses, that are so like, no way, bro, no way they'll ever win. They'll never do that. Dude, you're going to lose a lot of money sports betting. If you can keep an open mind that sports betting is unpredictable, especially today on NFL Sunday, that truly anything is possible, then you might find yourself with some nice open opportunities to bet some certain spots today. Okay, there's the better slip. So that's just my rant on just how sports betting is just so unpredictable. Losing streak, dude, I would be cold about it for a while. Thankfully, you're not like a Pirates fan. You guys will actually make the playoffs. We're going to grab this underdog slip over here. But yeah, I mean, it's I don't even know how to explain what happened because it's really hard to comprehend the fact that they blew a 3-0 lead and they had a no-hitter. So Denny Advida, under 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Okay, and then this Krosky play, we were going to grab it over 29.5. Underdog changed it, so this is now 39.5. So all these bumped. But we can still grab Luka over 49.5. Okay. And let's click refresh once more. See if I can find a third play for this underdog slip. I'm not going to grab it from here. League of Legends, okay, or Debo. League of Legends, I probably won't be able to play this guy. If I can, great. But no, in Arizona, I can't play the League of Legends, dude. So we'll play Debo. Under 6.5 rushing yards. Okay. This is going to be a modified 3-pick slip. But this is going to be with Luka. This is going to be with Denny Advida. And then it's going to be with Debo. So there it is. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's going to be interesting to see. I got a good friend of mine that's from Milwaukee, so he's a big Brewers fan. But he's not really looking at you guys. He wants to beat the crap out of the Phillies because he's tired of the Phillies taking over. All right, so we're going to spend a little bit more time with DFS, and then we're going to hop over, look at OddsJam's DFS, and then looks like this isn't working at the moment. So let's refresh this, and then we're going to go hit up some NFL player props. Okay, one of my least favorite things to bet on is fantasy scores. So I'm just going to remove it right now, guys, because it's one of my least favorite. But hopefully you guys are having a solid weekend and you're getting amped up. I would love to hear from you guys. How many of you guys have the Sunday ticket? It's really changed my viewing experience. This is my third straight year with the ticket. Really excited. Also, guys, like with YouTube, I don't know if anyone has YouTube TV, but just letting you know, I have, not bragging, but I have YouTube TV, and then I also bought the Sunday ticket. So on your YouTube TV plan, you can add up to, I think, 5 other people on your family plan that live in your area. So, like, if you have a couple buddies that live where you live, you guys, like, all split YouTube TV and, like, the Sunday ticket. It could be, like, you could split it a couple ways if you wanted to, and you could just add them onto your plan. Well, we got Kyle Schwarber under 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I mean, baseball's still going on. Drake May on his rushing attempts. I like this on Drake May. This is minus 145 on Pinnacle. I could get down with this. Jordan Brooks. The problem with Jordan Brooks there is there's no FanDuel, there's no Pinnacle. There's no real sharp book, in my opinion, that's offering his line on this. Castillo. I like this Castillo play. Even the FanDuel, it's okay. So I like, Schwarber's, it's tough to say. I like Castillo. I like Drake May. T. Higgins over 5 catches. Yeah, I don't really like the T. Higgins play. Fields and Rogers. By the way, my official pick is that you should hammer the under on the Steelers-Jets game. It's going to be insanely boring of a game to watch. That's my official pick. Take the under on the Steelers-Jets. Whatever. You want to take them at 37, 37.5, 38.5. Doesn't matter. It's going to be like a 17-13 game. So that would be my official pick. Not really crazy about what's going on over here on PrizePicks. Let's take a look at DraftKings. Pick 6. 3-pick entries. A lot better options over here on DraftKings Pick 6. We talked a lot the last couple days about the passing attempts. To me, this seems to be like something you can go after. I'm just going to bypass this Luka play. Not many books are offering odds on this. So we talked about this like with Baker. You could see that FanDuel's at under 33.5 at minus 114. We're getting the under 34.5 at minus 122. I like that. That's one. Michael Penix Jr., same thing. Now, Pinnacle's at even odds. FanDuel's at minus 115, so split the difference. Maybe this is like a minus 108 type of play. I'm still cool, though. We're getting the under 34.5. I still like that. Joe Burrow under 37.5. FanDuel's at 106, 113, so maybe they're at like a plus 104, plus 104, or minus 104, minus 105. So this is maybe it's okay, but I really love the Baker Mayfield play, Penix. And then if we're looking for another one, obviously you can see a lot of passing attempts or passing completions when it comes to DraftKings Pick 6. This might be an angle that you could play. We're getting the over 30.5. Which one would I rather play if I was playing a 3-pick slip? I'd rather play this J.J. McCarthy. So my 3 picks here would be McCarthy, Baker, and Michael Penix. That would be all unders on this, but that would be what I'd go with, right? Now, DraftKings might put in a little correlation because of Baker and Penix playing against each other. I don't know about that. If that's the case, then, scrap the Penix play because I'm in love with the Baker play a bit more. Go Baker, go Burrow, and then go McCarthy because you have to play it by sport. But that would be my 3 picks for DraftKings. If you guys want to rock 2-pick entries with no insurance, again, on OddsJam, they're going to tell you all the exact odds and plays. It looks like, they're not it's not as green, but, maybe I would just go with Baker and Penix as long as there's no correlation that they're going to slap you with. Because these books understand correlation now. It's not 2021 anymore, so that kind of stinks. Let's take a look at Dabble. 5-man entries, they're okay, not so much. Also, if anyone that was watching the ASU Mississippi State game, because I was watching that as well, Heartbreak Hotel for the Sun Devils. You play two deep safeties, and they threw to the ball that the fastest guy in the field. Dude just blew right by him. But that Michigan-Oklahoma game was all right. It wasn't too bad. And real heartbreak for my boy Cowboy John, who's a big Oklahoma State fan. He's an alum from Oklahoma State. They got waxed by Oregon yesterday. It wasn't even close. And that Kentucky-Mississippi game Ole Miss game was pretty good. It's pretty good. Not a lot that I'm seeing that I'm loving. We'll take a look at Fliff. Morning, Ken. Skunky, what's going on? What a finish. There we go, Rick. There we go, brother. Love to hear that, man. What's going on, Anton? Fliff long shot, Jacob. Yeah, we'll do a Fliff long shot. Let's see if DGF's pulling up anything for Fliff long shots. Yeah, so it looks like they have a 6-pick here. So if you guys can bear with me, I'll throw this out there. This is a long shot play. You know, when we're throwing these 6-pick entries out here, guys, I'm talking like I'm throwing $5-10 on these plays. You know, and my bankroll sitting at like I think $25,000-$30,000. It's so yeah, I still just do a little sprinkle on these. So we're looking at Rojas to get a single. But these are fun, by the way, guys. If you have Fliff, it's a lot of fun to throw, you know, $1 or $5 on these types of plays. Have a good time. All right. And then we're looking at what? Bryce Young. What else for baseball? We got a lot of baseball. So it's just one NFL play. The rest is baseball. So we're looking at Bryce Young on his longest rush. Very specific. Now, some of these player props, guys, like I'm not doing my due diligence or research on. I can't say that they're going to be, you know, that Pinnacle offers odds on all these plays or they're super EV, but, you know, they're out there. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to pull this off to the side, and then I'll just share the final slip with you guys. Let's go over to the optimizer, and for anyone that's looking to find some underdog value, because I'm going to be focused on making this slip here, we'll 2 minimum data points. Here's some underdogs. If you guys, I'll remove the fantasy scores if you want me to. If you don't want me to, I guess I'll put this up here. I'll make a poll right now to I'm just kind of curious to see fantasy scores if we like them or if we don't. So let me know. The poll is going to be coming up now. I just want to know for future, you know, streams down the road, guys, if it's going to be really worth it for me to keep the fantasy scores open. The reason that I don't like fantasy scores is because every sports book prices it a little differently. And so their scoring system is slightly different. And so because of that inconsistency, I'm not really in on that. So that's why I don't prefer it or don't like it at all. All right, we're about halfway through this slip, and then we're going to go look at some EV plays. We'll look at some arbitrage plays, and we'll look at some EV plays as well. What else do we got here? We got White Sox, Cubs, and the Phillies. All right, we're looking at Colt Keith on runs. $160, Cubs, and then the Marlins. Yeah, Skunky, that's what we were talking about. I was kind of trying to reinforce the point of just how unpredictable sports betting is. And, you know, keep an open mind this Sunday. You know, we're now in the day and age where, like, no team, in my opinion, is ever truly out of a game. If there's time on the clock, and my girlfriend is slowly starting to understand this. There's no better example than that Oriole-Dodger game yesterday. Just looked like dude's about to throw a no-hitter. You know, so with 2 outs in the 9th inning, if I, you know, to play the advocate, if I would have looked at you and said, bro, how much money would you bet? I'd look at you and be like, yo, I'm going to bet like $100 that the Orioles are going to win this game. And you're like, bro, there's 2 outs in the 9th. Dude's pitching a no-hitter. Right? I mean, it just happens. So I know I'm beating a dead horse, but I kind of want to beat this dead horse because there's so many people that comment and let me know, dude, this is never going to happen. And it's just like, dude, you never know. All right, the Justin Turner play moved by 5 cents, but I'm still going to play it. So Rojas, Young. Rojas over on singles. Young over rushing attempts. Take screenshots, guys, if you need it. Nimmo under on singles. Keith under on runs. Bohm over on hits, runs, RBIs. And then Turner under on singles. That is the entry there for Fliff. $10 pays out $247. A little juicier, a little bit more of a favorite. All right, let's take a look at some arbitrage plays. Let's take a look at some arbitrage plays real quick. All right, so Bet Now, I'm going to remove Bet Now because they are a global sports book that right at the moment, right now, they probably have some stale lines. Was I able to get that? Okay, cool. And let's just go with, let's see what we have. Okay, so we have over 1,000 pre-match arbitrage bets. If we're looking to make sure it's just for today, let's do that. Yeah. So guys, at the moment, right, we talk about your earning potential with arbitrage is all based on, well, what's going on in the sports betting calendar? Well, there's a lot of football games going on today. So that means that there's over 1,000 pre-match arb opportunities out there. And if we're looking for arbitrage plays that are between 3 to 10%, there's 24 of these at the moment. Now, you might not have access to all of these, but still. Now, another thing, whenever you see this on between Pinnacle and Hard Rock, this is what we call an arb to Pinnacle, right? Because if you were living in Canada, you could literally place this bet on Pinnacle and you could place this bet on Hard Rock, right? So whenever you see this type of play, you always want to bet the recreational sports book. And so in this case, it's Hard Rock, right? You want to bet Bailey Ober under 3.5 strikeouts because anytime that the plus odds are larger than the minus odds, and even though the Pinnacle just kind of adjusted their price right here, this is still a smash play. Smash play when you can get this over at Hard Rock at plus 135 odds. Does not matter what player it is. If you see an arb to Pinnacle, this is always a green light special. The more times than not, you are going to find yourself winning those types of bets, placing single straight wagers on the recreational book. So, again, SportsZeno and FanDuel. It's going to depend on where you live, right? Some states have more books than others, okay? So right here between SportsZeno and FanDuel, Dalton Kincaid, my man's getting either 4 catches or more today or 3 catches or less. No way he can get a half catch, right? If I wager $90 on one side and $100 on the other side, my total investment is $190. No matter what happens, I'm making over a 6% return off of my $190 investment. I'm making $12 and change. I'm either going to make $207 if he wins on SportsZeno. If this wins over at FanDuel, I'm making $198. I'm making $8 or I'm making $17. It's pretty good, right? So naturally with arbitrage betting, the more money that you invest, the more money that you can make, right? Player props, I'd keep this under $250. So I'd go, $245 over here. I just bet $210 on SportsZeno, and I'd make my close to $30 profit and say, that's pretty cool, right? For those of you that are starting out smaller, right? Make this 25, make this 21. Okay, don't add loose change on the end of your bets. You're going to make about $3 here. Might not seem like much, but when you do this 5 to 10 times a day, it adds up real quick, right? It adds up real quick. So these are going to be various different opportunities. Just be careful when you're going like after no vig. Make sure there's enough liquidity, right? Because everybody is in competition for that liquidity. So if there's only $160, I would lock in the side on no vig first, because there's not a lot of money left at that price. It's all about price. But, if you're looking at this play with Wandale between Caesars and Hard Rock, you have some time, right? You would rather lock in the ARB side, the EV side first, but to be honest, both sides are pretty EV. So I wouldn't, if you're trying to figure out what to bet as a straight wager, I wouldn't try to figure out this puzzle. I would just bet both books and lock in your profit and move along. That's how I would go about it. And naturally, if you guys, first off, if you find any value in the content, I know OGs, DGens know this, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, send this to a friend that's struggling sports betting, because this is the way to make money sports betting. You can definitely make money with these strategies. And then if you guys want to try OddsJam 1 week for free and then save 35% off your first month, use code Billy35. It's linked in the chat right here. And make sure when you talk to the fine folks at OddsJam, the customer service team, tell them that you want Platinum 1 week for free. You're going to see how much fun it is live betting, okay? Now, I got a buddy that's in town for 1 day today. He's literally coming because he's traveling and he's stopping by for 1 day. So we're going to watch the Steeler game. He's a Pittsburgh boy. So we're watching the Steelers, and then we're probably going out to the bar afterwards to have some cocktails. So I say all this because I know that there could be a potential live player prop arbitrage strategy with Prop Builder and maybe FanDuel DraftKings. So I would love to hear from you guys tomorrow morning on the stream how that's working out for you. I'll check out that strategy tomorrow night for the Monday Night Football game. But I do know the Props Builder is now offering player props over there. So like the Bovada, the Bet Online, the Bet DSI, the XBet, the MyBookies. You can use that Props Builder over there. You might be able to find some live player prop arbitrage opportunities. Log into FanDuel, log into Props Builder. You can day trade these books using OddsJam. So here's how we would set that up, right? So we're just going to go, okay, we're going to clear this out. I'm just going to go FanDuel. I'm going to go DraftKings. You know what? Maybe we'll check out ESPN Bet 2, and then we're just going to go Props Builder. Here's my 4 books. No odds range, right? And I'm just going to set this as a minimum of 3. I don't want anything for the max, right? So we just go 3%. There we go. I'm going to devig. We can just use OddsJam's book weights here. That's fine, right? Because maybe Pinnacle doesn't offer live player props. So just go to OddsJam's book weights here. And then we're just going to clear this out, go to football, okay? We're just going to go NFL. And then markets, we're going to clear this out. And we're just going to go over here, and we're just going to set this up for any player props. Because I don't know what player props they're offering. It's probably going to be like passing yards, rushing yards, receiving yards, receptions. And then we're just going to come and set this up, say show now, and we're going to click live. And then we're just going to click play. And then we're just going to chill, right? That's all we're going to do. So for you guys that can't see, we're just going to click the play button, and that's it. And you're going to be able to get that when you ask for the 1-week platinum, 1-week free trial platinum. That's where you're going to be able to get this set up at. So make sure to take advantage of that, guys, because it's going to be so sick. If these live arbs, if this is like how it was for the NBA season, guys, this is going to be the strategy that you're going to want to implement. It's the most profitable strategy. It's not even close. Don't even focus on anything else other than live arbitrage betting, FanDuel, DraftKings, ESPN Bet with Prop Builder. It's going to be a great time. Maybe even sprinkle in Fliff in there. Fliff might be a viable option as well. Doctor, it's really whatever makes you the fastest. That's a great question. Whatever makes you the fastest. So if you're more comfortable on your phone, use your phone. If you're more comfortable on the laptop, use the laptop, or use a hybrid model, right? Laptop, maybe your laptop just shows you the plays and you're logged in on your phone to hit up the plays. So there isn't a right or wrong answer when it comes to that. Whatever makes you the fastest, do that. And you're just gonna have to figure that out with some reps. Spend some time. Also, if you guys are trying live arbitrage betting for the first time, have some patience. You ever try something for the first time and crush it? My guess is probably not, because I know I haven't. You're not gonna do well. I'm gonna say you're low-key gonna suck at it. Take time. Get your reps in. Be patient. You got the whole football season ahead of you, okay? So it's gonna take some time to get used to the speed, and maybe by the 4 o'clock games or the Sunday night game, you can do that. Or just focus on one game, right? If you're watching the Patriots-Raiders game today, just do that one. Or if you're watching the Cincinnati and Cleveland, focus on that game, right? So if it's a little too overwhelming, or just focus on one specific prop. Maybe it's just rushing yards, or maybe it's just passing yards because you know there's less players that are throwing the football. A little easier. So take some time, you'll figure it out. So we got some anytime touchdown scores. By the way, guys, things are changed now. A video I made back in the day with OddsJam. It's not anytime touchdown scores. It's now player touchdowns. T. Higgins, Drake London. Whoa, T. Higgins, ESPN Bet. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Let's fucking go, boys. Football is back. This is incredible. Oh, we're about to make so much money today. We're about to get filthy rich. All right, so this T. Higgins play looks legit good. It's 18 cents off to Circa. It's 40 cents off. So we're going to go over here. Hurry up. I'm going to grab this real quick over on ESPN Bet. We're going to go after some anytime touchdown scores. No doubt about that. Okay, so where do we got this? Let me put myself up. Let's move you down a bit. Let's move me up. And Bengals and the Browns. Okay. This is at plus 140 odds. I don't want first touchdown score. I want TD scores. No total touchdowns. Yeah. And then we're looking for 1 for T. Higgins. I got $100 in this account. So we're going to lock this in right now. Bingo. We got that one. So we got T. Higgins anytime touchdown score here for $100 because that's all I had in the account. But we locked that in over at ESPN Bet. Okay. Now, while this worked really well for me last year over at FanDuel, guys, anybody can catch it. Anybody can catch some action, right? I told you about the Kyron Williams play on Fanatics. Drake London, plus 136 to FanDuel. I'm sorry, to Pinnacle. Pinnacle's been chilling. FanDuel's been moved. Oh, this is a really good indicator, guys. Look at this. Look at FanDuel, how they're moving down in price. They were at plus 158. Now they're down to plus 140. Dan, what's going on, brother? How are you, man? We're hitting some anytime TDs up right now. Drake London right now. We just hit up T. Higgins over. These are ESPN bet plays, guys. So if you guys have any kind of boosts, then obviously you could play these. But honestly, guys, if you have a 50% boost or higher on some of these, then I would say just go ahead and put that on any player that you really like to score a touchdown. Because when you get boosts that are like 50 to 100%, they're going to make any bet EV. So we're looking at Drake London right now. I just grabbed this. I just made another deposit over on ESPN Bet for another $100. This is a new account, guys, so I'm trying to bet $100. My balance is empty. Make another deposit. Lose my balance, then make another deposit. Get this down to zero. I'm trying to show ESPN Bet that I'm a problem gambler, basically. Oh, Drake London's at 115. Oh, missed out on Drake London. That was a good play. That was a really good play. So this is what my setup is, guys. It's just minus 150 to plus 200 odds, right? You can go 3%. I moved it down to 1%. We're looking at Pinnacle, worst case, and it's just NFL, and it's going to be, when you go to touchdowns now, guys, like I mentioned, it's going to be player touchdowns. That's it. And let's show it. Let's see what we got. Higgins at plus 130 now. That's still barely above Pinnacle's fair value, so I would still grab that. But at plus 130, you're looking at like a 3% edge, which is still fine, right? You could still bet that, but 0.67%. Damn. Well, I really appreciate, man, yesterday. It was so kind of you. You're up almost 2K to start the month. Deuce, specifically for plus EV, yeah, Deuce, I'm going to be honest here, man. I got to roll through some plays, but there's a combination of a couple things, right? We're looking at chart books, we're looking at movement, line movement, we're looking at EV percentage. It's not when I give you any plays, Deuce, it's not going to be just like, it's going to be somewhat of a copy and paste, but then there's going to have to be a little bit of feel with this as well in terms of what you see and what you like, in terms of like if a sports book moves a certain way or what books you have confidence in that set really good lines. So Ashton Genty to score a touchdown. There's $2,300 in liquidity over here on No Vig. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at this. Let's pull up Circa as well. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So, okay, my 110, 120, 110. See that Circa, though? Circa just moved up in price. Circa's a very sharp book. Minus 125. They moved up to minus 110. I'm just going to stay away from the Genty play. He's a beast. But I'll stay. Oh, Mike Evans. Oh, Mike Evans looks so good. ESPN's providing some nice value here. Josh Allen, anytime touchdown. Oh, okay. FanDuel can get some action here too. Let's see. Because I really want to pay attention to line value. You can see that Circa just moved up, so I don't like this now. Because I believe Circa's a very sharp book, guys. So minus 115, 46 minutes ago. Now they're at plus 100. So that's 15 cents. And so I'm just going to stay away from Josh Allen. Again, you're going to grab all of these insights when it comes to betting, and you're getting access to the Platinum plan. Kenneth Walker. We'll take a look at Josh Jacobs in a second. But Kenneth Walker, okay. Oh, I like this. Ken Bone Walker. You can see this right here, guys. Pinnacle's moving down. They were at plus 129. Now it's plus 123. So it's going from an underdog to a slightly less of an underdog. FanDuel moved up, but I'm okay with taking a little Kenneth Walker. So let me log in over here on FanDuel. I like this. And again, there's a couple of reasons, guys, why the odds are moving so much. We're less than 2 hours away from kickoff. A lot of casual sports bettors. This is why I like betting within an hour to 2 hours of kickoff. A lot of casual sports bettors start to look at like what they want to bet today. And so you're going to mask some of your activity because of you're just a sharp sports bettor, but you're trying to bet when all the casuals are betting. So Kenneth Walker, $100. What are they accepting over here? They're taking $880 on my account. which means they're taking quite a bit. But we'll put $100 on Kenneth Walker. There we go. So we're going to have him at plus 100 odds, or plus 142. Josh Jacobs. Now, obviously, on some of these exchanges, guys, you can bet him to not score a touchdown. Pinnacle does have odds of plus 116, but Circa's at plus 130. So it's all about line movement for me. And I wouldn't mind this if you want to, there's not a lot of money out there. There's $40, but if you want to take this Josh Jacobs to not score a touchdown, I'm okay with that. Also, we talked about bet openly. T. Higgins is now plus 132 on any Canby sportsbook. Desert Diamond, Bet Rivers, Bally Bet, Bet Parks. Take a look at that. But the Josh Allen play I'm not as interested in. You can also go over to Bet Openly, guys, and bet some unders if you wanted to. We talked about that. Mike Evans on Onyx or Props Builder. It's at plus 130. By the way, guys, Onyx has an insane boost today. An insane boost. Really good boost right now. So what we're going to do is they have like I think it's 100 or maybe a 200% SGP boost. Yeah, so they have a 200% SGP boost right now going on over at Onyx, which is really, really good. Really good. So I got to add actually some cash to my Onyx account. We're just going to grab $100. So we're going to add this Mike Evans play a part of my boost because this is an EV play. But that $200 boost is going to make it just even better. FanDuel's got a 50% boost. Good to hear that. So this Mike Evans play, listen, guys, no doubt that it's a good boost on FanDuel. If you guys have Onyx, it's a 200% SGP boost. And even though SGPs, you normally kind of get ripped off in price, this is such an incredible boost that you're going to be more than fine. So I'm going to grab this first play with Mike Evans. I'm going to add this over here, because this is going to be my first one. I got to move quick. It's now a plus 128, but I'm still okay with plus 128. Let's move off of that. Let's go to player props now, and let's go to I'm pretty much good with all the other DVIG settings. And then I'm just going to quickly type in the Falcons to see what else pops up on DraftKings, any Onyx plays. Talked about Mike Evans. I don't know if Onyx is going to showcase any of these receptions, because that's the tough part. So I'm just going to quickly peruse. Bijan. Yeah, they got the Bijan play. They got the under 3.5 on his catches. Baker Mayfield on his passing yards. If we're going to get a Mike Evans touchdown bomb, guys, I like Baker over on his passing yards. That seems to be a smart play. The problem is it's not the same price anymore. It's not a very good price. There is some strong correlation here. Onyx has this at a very high price, but I'm going to grab this right now on this over. So obviously they're telling me I should be getting odds. Best odds I can get is plus 149. If I throw this down here, I got to make sure I claim the boost. I didn't claim the boost, which is kind of silly. All right, claimed it. Let's see. Oh, yeah, this is great. Okay. So let me share my screen with you guys. We're going to grab this right now. This is an incredible boost. I did not mean to bet Mike Evans on the under. Let me see what we got here. Okay, so this is the boost right here. Anytime touchdown and went to plus 122. We're still going to move fast. I think it's a max $10 wager. Still, this is really good. Really, really good. If Baker's going to go over on his passing yards, come on. He's going to probably maybe hit a long bomb to Mike Evans. So that's highly correlated, right? We like that type of correlation. And then Bijan under on his catches. Dude can grab 3, he just can't grab 4. But a 200% boost. This is taking forever, but it's going to go through. There we go. There it is. I'm going to do a little screenshot right now. Bingo. Love this. Love this. Love this. So this is a live stream hit. Guys, highly recommend. Check it out over at Onyx. They got some good boosts going on. They had a nice 100% SGP. We actually want to grab the other side of this. Where's it at? There we go. And then all you got to do here, guys, is just throw this in. Obviously, I'm getting this at plus 1,800 odds. So it's really good. I'll just throw this in on DraftKings. If you guys don't know how to add parlays, this is how you would do it. And then you come over to the tracker. And then you would just come down here. And then you're just going to change this to 1,800. Odds boost. And then we're just going to change this over here to Onyx. And that's how you can start to track your parlays over here on OddsJam. Very simple. All right, let's take a look at some plays right now. Recap, I haven't been over there. So I gotta take a look. Let me see. I got my Discord pulled up. So let me go on the Seva Discord, I'm guessing. Let me see where Bankroll U is. Or maybe if it's a different channel. Let me know. Is it in the Seva Discord recap, or is it somewhere else? Because obviously, I can't speak for Alex, but I'm not sure what he's got going on there. And if you guys are just tuning in, well, first and foremost, welcome in. We're really focused on player props. If you guys are new to betting on the NFL, I don't bet money line spreads or totals on Sundays. I do all of that betting during the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday night tonight, I'll bet week 2 games. I do not bet any spreads, money lines, or totals on Sunday because it's the most popular sport in America. There's a lot of money that flows into this. It's a very hard sport to beat on game day when it comes to mainline plays. I'll bet player props all day long on Sundays. I just won't do it. I just won't bet mainline stuff. Yeah, abundance. I mean, this is on my YouTube. So for those of you that are new, if you come over to YouTube, you're on my YouTube channel. You just type in Billy Collins Sports Betting. You're going to see me right here. If you come over to the live section, this is where all my live streams are, so you can go back and rewatch these again, right? This is where you can kind of come over here and take a look and see what's what. Again, guys, when we hit 7.5K subs, I'm giving away $75 to 7 people. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. You got that? You're eligible. So that's what we're going to be doing. Let's look at Travis Hunter. This is Fanatics. That just moved to plus 110. All right. Malik Neighbors. Oh, I like that Malik Neighbors play. DeMario Douglas, Hard Rock. If this is real life, then that's a smash. It's probably a mistake by Hard Rock, to be honest, but maybe not. I would honestly not bet this, guys. Don't bet this. This is definitely a mistake by Hard Rock. So I'm just going to hide this because I don't want to see that. That's most likely a mistake. These books do make mistakes from time to time. Malik Neighbors over 6.5 catches. Could be a good play over at FanDuel. Bookmakers at plus 114. They're a sharp book. Honestly, this is a tough one for me because they're all different in terms of what's what. Honestly, though, the Giants don't have anyone else to throw the football to. So I don't mind this play. Obviously, ESPN bets the best. I have about $100 in this account at the moment. So we'll grab Malik Neighbors. Where are you at, bro? Where are you at? NFL. I could have just typed the Giants instead of scrolling. There we go. So we're looking for him over 6.5 catches. Neighbors. See, guys. Now watch this. Very important to pay attention to. It just, where's this at? Oh, no, it's 125? Okay, good. Because sometimes, guys, they'll rip you off when you go to this part of the game to grab your picks. But we'll grab this for $100. There we go. We're in for Malik Neighbors over on his catches. I like that. I'm in on that. Let's go. Over 6.5, $100. Again, I know I should be betting more, but this is a brand new account. I'm just trying to take it easy for the moment. If you guys want to run some parlays, 2-leg parlay here. Bryce Young over on his passing touchdowns. Austin Eckler over on his receptions. I can get down with that. Let me see. Do I like this play on Bryce Young? It's very good to Pinnacle. Okay, so this is another way, guys, if you like to run some parlays. I'm just going to grab this right now. I'm going to cook this up over at Fanatics at the moment. So we're looking at Bryce Young over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Austin Eckler over, it just moved to minus 145. Dude, what a kick in the dick. That was a great play at minus 115. Let's come back to this. Cedric Tillman over 3.5 catches. Honestly, guys, I feel like the Browns are going to Flacco's going to throw the ball 60 times today. That's I know no one likes gut feelings, but, it's a very good price, though, at Fanatics. Very good. Fanatics, you'll have a great time when it comes to throwing, when it comes to them. Let's go alternate passing touchdowns. Bryce Young. No. Where's this at? Did this play move on me at 125? No, it's still at 160. Okay, so very important, guys, to know this. Where's it at? Where's it at? Yes, very important to understand this. So I'm going to share I can't share my screen, but make sure you go to the over-under passing touchdowns there for Bryce Young. So we're going to rock a two-leg parlay here, and then we're looking at Cedric Tillman. I also feel like David Njoku is going to catch about 10 passes today. Devon Achane's probably going to catch about 6 passes. Receptions, just some very hot takes. Not plus EV plays, guys. Just super hot takes. Tillman, there we go. Okay, we grab Tillman. And as you guys can see, when we add this to the parlay up here at the top, we're getting a great price over here. Great price. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to throw $100 on this two-leg parlay. These are overs. I like that. We're in. We're in on Fanatics for a $100 two-leg parlay. Bryce Young over, Tillman over. There it is. Okay. That's a lot of fun. Let's take a look at what else do we have going on. So if you guys want to rock like an ETN parlay with Rattler and Joe Burrow and Juwan Jennings, that's a 4-leg traditional parlay, guys. All 4 of these plays are different games. That's another good way that you'll get a great price by the sportsbook. Plain SGPs, if you're not receiving like a 50% boost or more, it might not be that good. Might not be very good. Let's look at the promos over here for FanDuel. No sweat bet every game. Okay, they got a jackpot, $2 million jackpot. Use your token to place on any anytime touchdown score. Let's take a look at this over at FanDuel. If your play scores the first or last TD. So I'll claim this now, right? Now, first touchdown scores, guys, is difficult to look at for OddsJam in terms of sharp bets, right? But if we're looking for touchdown scores, I would just go with a hunch here. I'm going to go with one of the quarterbacks to be my first touchdown score in this Ravens-Bills game. It's going to be such a great Sunday Night Football game. Oh, my God. It's going to be so good. So I would go with either Josh Allen or maybe Lamar. And I'm going to probably go with Lamar as my first one. And then we're going to use the touchdown jackpot. Okay, got it. What's the max wager size? They're going to let me bet whatever? Is that what it is? A pregame bet? All right, this is not a plus EV bet. Not a plus EV bet at all. I'm just going to put $100 on Lamar for my jackpot touchdown. We'll see. We'll see. That's not a plus EV bet, guys. That's just a true hunch, gut feeling type of play. Not a plus EV play. Let's take a look at what else we got going on. Yeah, no problem. Walk through the EV settings, Matt, for player props. Yeah, so it's pretty simple, right? We're just going minus 150 plus 200. If you want to condense this to maybe a minus 150 plus 150, you can do that as well. Honestly, if you want to go plus minus 125, that's cool too. If you want to drop this up to 3%, no problem. Especially for player props, there's a lot of really good EV plays. If you want to take this to 4%, that's a good strategy, right? 3-4%, that's solid. DVigging to Pinnacle, and then the worst case. League's going to be NFL, and it's just going to be player props, right? And so you want to go after the high EV percentage plays, right? We get Malik Neighbors. James Cook, under on receptions. This looks very good to FanDuel compared to Pinnacle. We've seen a little movement from Pinnacle. They saw this at plus 110. They're moving up to plus 118. But FanDuel is simply offering just too high of a price. So a $10 wager on DraftKings pays you out $11.60. A $10 wager on FanDuel pays you out $14.40. Now, that might not seem like a lot to you, but if it's a $100 wager, you're getting paid out $144 compared to $116. That's a bit of a difference, right? So over here on James Cook, I'm going to come over here and go to the NFL. Gosh darn it, Billy, you were already on the game. Just too excited. I'm just too pumped up for football. And let's look at some player total receptions. And so James Cook on the under. Now, OddsJam's telling me to bet a lot of money here. $240. What's my max wager size? 173 is my max wager. So I couldn't bet that if I wanted to. So we'll go ahead and throw a nice simple 150 on this. I'll take this a little bit less, but 150 on James Cook to only catch one ball or no ball in this game. Be streaming tomorrow, guys, I'll be streaming at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. And then I'll also be streaming, unless I get really banged up tonight. And then we're going to definitely be streaming tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. So there's like a 5% chance the stream tomorrow morning doesn't happen, and that's just because I get really, really too many cocktails, way too many cocktails with my buddy who's in town right now, but we'll see. DraftKings, T. Higgins, we talked about this. We got this at plus 140 over at ESPN Bet. I'm also on Mike Gesicki quite a bit. But this is a good play over at DraftKings. Onyx, it's plus 135. That's above plus 123. I like that. So T. Higgins, anytime touchdown score. I'm in on that one. Michael Penix Jr., over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I kind of really like this one. I only got like $50 left in my Fanatics account at the moment. Okay, Fanatics is the interesting part here is Fanatics is the book that's moved a lot within the last 5 minutes. They were at plus 130, down to 120, now back up to 135. Honestly, I might just kind of chill on that. I don't like seeing the recreational book move a lot. Bijan, under 3.5 catches. I threw that in a parlay. Jared Goff, under on his rushing attempts. Remember, guys, if Jared Goff takes a knee at the end of the game, if he takes 2 knees, that counts as a rushing attempt. So be mindful of this bet. One of my least favorite bets. It's one of my favorite bets to take on the team. If I'm betting the over on a quarterback's rushing attempts and I think they're going to win the game, I like that. If, though, you're betting the under on a player, on a quarterback that you think their team's going to win, the under could be problematic. Because if he takes 2 knees, takes a knee in the first half, and he takes 1 knee to end the game, that's 2 rushing attempts. So normally a bet that I kind of stay away from, just me personally. But something that I don't think gets talked about enough because some people just bet it and they don't realize that taking a knee counts as a rushing attempt. And hopefully if you guys appreciate this insight, it's what it's all about over here. Stream every day. We're going to be talking football a lot this fall. And so hopefully you guys can hang out and tune in. A lot of good stuff over here, man. Cam Ward, Jaden Daniels. I mean, literally. So, like, for those of you that have been watching me on the streams this summer, you can see on Saturdays and Sundays how insane the positive EV tool is when it comes to betting. For the arbitrage tool, right? If I take away player props and we just go to select all, I'll get rid of alternate markets as well. You guys can see that there's just a lot of really good stuff when it comes to maybe all the Arizona books. Let's go just select all. That's fine. In terms of ARBs, right? So the reason I tell you this is because when the NBA returns at the end of October, this board is going to be bonkers. Absolutely bonkers with plays. It's going to be insane. So you guys can kind of get a taste of how awesome this is on Saturdays and Sundays, especially now with Major League Baseball. Like every team's playing in Major League Baseball today. So there's a lot of good stuff going on. So we have arrived now to one of the better parts of the betting season. We're starting to enter. It's like when you walk into the club and you haven't had a drink yet and the vibes are high, the music's good. You spot a really good looking girl over there, like, what up? And she like gives you she noticed you and you're going to go get yourself a drink. Like you're feeling good. That's where we're at right now this time of the season. Like I'm strutting my stuff right now. I'm the cock of the walk. So we're feeling pretty good. So there's a lot of good stuff. Now, obviously, depending on the sports books that you have, this is going to depend, right? Maybe you have a FanDuel, a DraftKings, an MGM, and I don't know, maybe you got an ESPN bet account, right? Then there's only one play available right now, and that's on Brett Beatty. Now, this is player batting walks, not a market that I typically would bet into, right? But again, depending on where you live, and if you want to drop this down to 2%, you can do that as well. Right? And you can say, okay, well, there's a couple other plays now for Winfield with tackles. Just remember, guys, when you're arbitrage betting some of these player prop bets, these recreational books, the DraftKings, the MGMs, the ESPN bets, they're not equipped to handle $500 to $1,000 bets on that book. They're just not, right? And especially if you just open up a new account with some of these books or you just started coming into this. These books, keep these player prop bet sizes under $250. So what do I mean by that is for Antoine Winfield, you're just going to want to bet like $240 on both sides, right? Or maybe just keep it like $225, right? So remember, pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. Don't get greedy. Don't be greedy. It's pretty simple. You're going to make some good money here. If you got to leave $1 or $2 off the board or $5 off the board, do that. Otherwise, you're going to find maybe that you might get limited a little bit quicker, right? So that's what happened to me. I started smashing MGM for like $750 on player props. And then after like 4 or 5 of those, I got limited. And I was like, what happened? And I didn't realize it because that was 4 years ago. So I've come a long way. But whatever books that you guys have access to, you're going to see that there's a lot of really good opportunities. A lot of great opportunities. The more books that you have access to, the more money that you can make. That's why the global books, like a Bovada or a Props Builder, can be very helpful. Using exchanges like ProfitX and Novig are very helpful. So, Deuce, it's pretty simple. There really isn't any best settings. I'd say, I can't. You're going to want to take plays that. I mean, some guys will take plays that are only 1% arb. It's going to be all dependent on what's worth it to you, bro. What's it worth to you? Is 1% arb worth it to you? Or is it not? Or is it 5%? You're going to have to make that decision on your own. DVIG settings, you can use OddsJam's recommended book weights. I also like to use Pinnacle. That's it. I don't go after alternate markets. And then you can just change. If you want to go after today, you want to see plays for tomorrow, that's it. There's no minimum, maximum odds. Go get your plays. That's it. It's very simple. Don't need to overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. Rinse and repeat. You're going to find a lot of success. If you need a more deeper breakdown, let me know. But they're a lot of times with a lot of sports bettors, they try to dig a little too deep in the weeds. Arbitrage betting is very simple. We have to dig very deep when it comes to EV betting. EV betting is chess. Arbitrage betting is checkers. I'm not meaning to offend any arbitrage bettors. Arbitrage betting is a very simple betting strategy and system. EV betting in theory is simple, but in practice, it's very complicated. And so complicated in trying to replicate and duplicate success day after day after day. So I would say in terms of what books, what markets, what we want to attack. Arbitrage, it's real simple, real easy. Guys, my best friend just came into town, so I'm going to go hang out with him, have some brunch, watch the Steeler game here in a little bit. Questions, email me, DM me. Otherwise, guys, enjoy your football Sunday. I hope every single bet wins. I hope you hit that massive parlay that's EV. Make sure it's EV. And if nothing else, guys, subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning at 9.